Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Welcome everybody to Startup Grind and welcome Andrew. Sure. So Andrew, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Andrew. I grew up here, studied here. So my startup is AfterShip. I met my co-founders at Startup Weekend back in 2011. So he's an online store, and he helped his online store to develop a system is to track package. So that's actually why AfterShip becomes. So what AfterShip does is to help online merchant track packages for over 180 carriers. We provide a single API to help online merchants to display tracking information within their website, so that they don't send the customers to DHL or FedEx to track packages. They can let the customers to stay at their website to track.
Okay, interesting. So, and you said that you guys started with a Startup Weekend, right? So can you tell us something about how that came about?
Sure.
How did you meet your co-founder? What happened in those 72 hours?
Yeah, 54 hours.
54, okay.
Yeah, so it was like back in November 2011. It's the first Startup Weekend in Hong Kong. Back in that time, I was working for another company. So I said, okay, I wanted to have something related to online, startup, whatever. So I went to the event. Because I studied economics, finance, I don't have a technology background. So I'm really eager to look for a developer, like co-founder. And I met Teddy. He pitched his idea on the first day, and he said, hey, he wants to have a software to help solve merchants on the package tracking. And then I actually launched an online store selling sex toys. It failed, yes. So it didn't work out, but I knew about e-commerce.
All right.
And then I liked his idea. And then we won the competition, the Hong Kong one. And 1 week after, we won the global one, become the global winner. And from that point, we decided to work on this idea.
Right, so that was in 2011, right?
Yeah.
When you won the global competition.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to quit your job and work full-time with this startup, which is, I assume that a dilemma that a lot of people face, right? When to quit your day job and start working full-time?
It was, I think winning the competition is kind of like give us some hope or some confirmation that this idea may work.
Right.
And for me, it's like working for a company. I mean, quitting a job is not that difficult.
Okay.
Okay, for me, you can earn a salary of 20K, 30K, or 40K with the promotion. But of course, if you're looking for making lots of money, that's what Hong Kong, the last generation told us. You have to have your own business, do something risky. Okay, money-wise, of course. But for me, I don't see a big reason not to quit my job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you by any chance face any problems with your, any obstructions from your family or any objections or from your friends who probably thought that you were going crazy, quitting your day job?
I think they're used to it, yeah.
Right?
I think I worked for like around 5 jobs or 4 jobs. And the first job is with the highest salary after graduation. And it's just like, and then suddenly, because of AfterShip, the first and a half year you don't have salary. It's like, yeah, you have the pressure, especially in Hong Kong. Like all people around you working for banks, they're having stable income, getting promotion. They're talking about the level, oh, I'm the director, or I'm a manager, or something like that. So there are wordings that passing by your ears that you have to ignore, I have to say. But you find your space. You get along with other people with the same mindset. It helps. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Right. So so with AfterShip, when did you think that, or did you think that AfterShip? What was that point of time when it got so much traction that you thought that this could one day get me funding worth $1 million? Was there a particular point of time when you thought that, or you just said let me just go with the flow?
At the beginning, it was not sure, I have to say. Like at the beginning, nobody is sure about your concept. But we see people using it, small merchants saying some encouraging words.
Right.
That, some people, some users are your friends. They would like, oh, it was great. But our users are nobody. They are just like strangers in the other parts of the world. And then there are more and more every month, and people signing up. I think back in last year, like in June, we have around 6,000 merchants signing up. And then last year, December, we have around 10,000, I think.
Wow.
So it's kind of like more and more users signing up, and then we see money coming in, and then that's a proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many of these 10,000 vendors or merchants are paid merchants? What's the ratio, do you think?
I think around 10K, maybe like 2,000 merchants are paying.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
about 20% is
Yeah.
paid and 80% is free.
Yeah, for online retailers is not like B2C product. We have B2B product. We offer e-commerce service for online retailers. The conversion rate is a little bit higher, but they're willing to pay.
Right.
Yeah, actually, many merchants even they pay and then they don't use our service. It just happens.
Right. So based off of this experience, if you had to advise some of these people who are developing products, would you advise a freemium model, which is what you're following, or would you advise, just go ahead and have an entirely premium model for their product?
I would say it depends on your product. Sometimes a B2C product like social thing, it will be like totally free usually. But like for B2B as online retailers, at the beginning we thought about like offering just free services. I don't know if you heard about what are we charging, but we are charging at the now we're charging like 10 cents to 1 cent per shipment for tracking. But before we do it like 0 to 100 shipments for free.
Right.
But actually people like the latter one, the first one, the charging one immediately. Yeah. So merchants are really willing to pay. But when you talk about the the first 100 shipments, 10 cents, and then afterwards like cheaper and cheaper. Before this layer is totally free. Yeah. And people actually like this idea. But there's something free now, totally free. It's just tracking. If you pay, you get the notification service, or you have the API usage. Then you just go to the paid model. Before, as I say, the first 100 is totally free, and the conversion rate is not that high comparatively to this model.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about how to build a business model. What about marketing? So how have you been going about marketing your product and getting it into the hands of the customers? So how do you do that?
We're very lucky on this topic. It's about package tracking. It's very boring. Even I found it boring at the beginning, but now I find it interesting. Because tracking is a very strong keyword for carrier like DHL, FedEx. If you, as I said, if you click a space in Google and then just search like FedEx space, and in the next word is like tracking, for many carriers as well.
Right.
So the SEO helps us a lot to drive the traffic. Yeah.
So is that all that you're doing, or are you using any other methods? Are you using any paid advertising?
No, we don't
Anywhere?
do paid advertising. We don't have we don't want to spend the money on that. And we do partnership through the shopping carts like Shopify, Magento, BigCommerce, eBay, and then those partnership is free actually. Right. And then they would drive traffic to our service. Yeah.
Right. So you've got apps and plugins on all of these platforms, and anybody who's got a platform, who's got a site
shopping
on those,
cart,
they could just use that. Okay. And those apps are free, but but again, all of these pricing mechanisms would still apply, right?
Yeah. So
actually,
for all the store who have, let's say you have an online store, you run a store, and you install a plugin at, let's say, Shopify, your shipments will be imported to AfterShip for tracking for free, and then you can see the delivery updates, the latest status of all your shipments in one place. Well,
okay.
I can show you later, but that's why the merchants want it. And if they want to send out delivery updates saying, hey, dear customer, your package is out for delivery, and then they can upgrade to premium.
To the premium.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about funding? So how did you start? Where did you get your initial funding, your seed funding, and how did you move from seed funding to your Series A now?
Yeah, seed funding was back in 2012. I was in Singapore. There's something called Demo Asia. It's a conference. We just met. Well, the conference is okay. We didn't expect anything, and then there's two Australian pass-bys, and then they liked the idea. And unlike other investors focusing on B2C products, our product is really boring shit. And it's package tracking. Who will get it? And these two guys are interested. And okay, then we talked, and we had a drink that night, and then we just forgot about it, and then back to Hong Kong, and then they approached us again, and then, hey, do you need some money? We'd like to invest. And after that call, we closed the deal, and then we just like arranged a legal paper.
So that happened in 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012.
How many months after you'd started doing it full time?
2012, probably like 3 months, 4 months. Yeah.
Huh.
Because of the conference, we have to launch a really initial product.
Right.
Yeah. Because back in 2011 December, it was still a concept, right? So we haven't built something. So we used 3 months to build a prototype to
Right.
present in the conference, and then we met the angel investors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
talk
then
to us about the Series A.
The Series A was interesting back in last year December when we have break even. We were thinking like, okay, what's next? We didn't think much, but we'll see what happened, like B. And then the IDG, the investor, they approach us and say they're interested to meet us.
Okay.
Well, actually, I didn't know who are they, so I reject to meet them at the beginning. So they come to our office and say hello, and then we talk about it and say, okay, this guy is quite cool, unlike other investors, and they really know what they want. And we look at their track record, they are doing something different. And they want to make some changes. They invest in company that will make a change to an area, regardless it can be like search,
Right.
Baidu, or social, Tencent, that can make a change. So there is something that we believe that we can work on. And then after 2 meetings, and then we close the deal. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So how long did it take for you to close the Series A?
I think regardless of the paperwork, I hate the paperwork, but the confirmation from the guy is like 1 month, like talking,
Right.
conversation, back and forth, presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not
But
bad.
yeah, it's interesting experience when talking to VC in China. We have talked to the VC in US, but just personally speaking, we want to focus on the product. We really don't spend time on speaking to VC. We don't go to pitch.
Right.
We don't go to angel whatever meetings to pitch. We met some angels in Hong Kong or VC in Hong Kong, but we try to avoid it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. How would you differentiate between a US-based investor as against a China focused investor?
China focus actually like IDG is quite different. Even they are from China, they are open to have like our office to be based in Hong Kong, and they are open to have us targeting only US customers.
Right.
Yeah, that's very important for us. If a Chinese VC comes to us, hey, move to China, and then just focus in China, and we just say no. Yeah.
Right.
But for US, sometimes the US investor, they actually just want people in US.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not from Stanford. I'm not from Facebook. So it's very hard. Like it's not that easy to build a brand, right? So so for us, getting a VC in China is logical.
Right.
And with that background, IDG itself, I can play with the story to make it international. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Another point that we'd like to discuss: staffing. So you've only been a 3-person team, is that correct?
Yeah,
Up to
Yeah, so it's
recently?
only me and then two another co-founders, Teddy, which is half developer, half businessman, CEO, and then we hire a developer. So 3 of us, we build this product. Yeah.
right. And so now you're hiring, right?
Yes, we want to hire at least 4 to 5 more, focusing
Okay.
on developers.
So how's
Yeah.
that process going on? Any
It's
learnings
tough.
that you'd want to share with?
Oh, I wish somebody taught me. Like, I'm still learning, but it's just tough to hire developers. Like, if somebody's from banking, then it's just hard. The banking, especially technology, the skill set is very banking related. It's not really startup friendly. But if it's just a graduate, basically the school in Hong Kong, they don't really teach the real technology.
Okay.
So I would suggest like people studying just don't study and just work a little bit. Yeah. And so you see, it's very hard to hire a graduate, and it's very hard to hire somebody with 5 years or 6 years experience that have joined a big company. So just left those like 2 to 3 years that are still willing to learn, and still junior and open.
Right.
The problem is the junior. I mean, I'm okay. We are happy to work together. But we are looking for senior level, like 5 to 6 years. We still need a CTO, like senior level, that can tell us what to do, not teaching them what
Right.
to do, right? Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So so right now you're doing the entire process, right? But what's the future plan? So now that you will hire 4 developers and you'll expand your team, what's the future for AfterShip?
Sure.
Where is it going?
So step back a little bit. Like AfterShip is a package tracking. So we are tracking 3 million shipments per month We have clients like Groupon, Etsy, Wish.com. In Asia, we have Zalora, Lazada, Lamindo, those rocket internet company. We're tracking 3 million shipments. So from
That's 3 million shipments a month.
a
is
month,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, per month.
Nice.
Probably now 4. I haven't checked
Right.
the data, but so FedEx and UPS or even any other carrier say they have the fastest. Do you believe that? So we have the data from like point A to point B and per carrier the delivery time. So we will work on that and then try to launch something for the merchants and the public. We'll see what happens. Somebody like us, somebody hate us. We'll see. So we try to be how to call it, objective. Just step back a little bit. We just provide the data and then everyone's like see it. Yeah. The next step, we try to be we talk to different online merchants. They have problems on tracking, of course. Why Groupon users? Because they have they are helping sellers to ship the products to, they don't ship the product. They provide platform for sellers and also buyers. But they need to display the tracking information. And they are using over 130 carriers. So they need one single API that can plug into all. And so we know that they need the tracking solution. So we ask the merchants, what do you need most? Online merchants, they want to focus on the products. They want to focus on design. They would like to design. They want to get a cool website. But the pain point is about the logistics. So we want to do something on the shipping part. Yeah. So we may want to build a platform that can allow any merchants to ship with any carriers. Yeah. That's one goal.
Okay.
In the future.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are two things that I just want to close with, and then we can have questions from the audience. The first is, so like you got your seed funding from an exhibition, right? Have you been to any other exhibitions? Do you think there are advantages for a startup?
I've been to the launch conference in US. So the launch conference is kind of like TechCrunch or something. Like it's presenting your startup. You go to US and then there are many startups like having a table. I remember there's some guy from Google Venture comes to us and say, your idea is like doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, in Hong Kong, nobody would tell you, right? But you need somebody's like face to face and it's like, boom. And we were like impressed. Like somebody will challenge us in the way that have logic. Like they have reason, he has reason to say that why it didn't work. And actually at that point, we were like, okay, we don't know what to do. And we figure out the reason and what to do next, of course, when we're back. But in Hong Kong, we're kind of very comfortable place. Everyone's doing your own thing, and then you have your own space. You're very good, you have a Series A, so what? You have to put yourself out and then get challenged. And then I think Silicon Valley has really that blood. I don't know why. But I would really suggest people just to go at the beginning, just go there and get challenged and then just see what other people's doing.
Right.
I would say some people in the conference are doing stupid things. Some people are really doing smart things. And you get a mix of things to see. And then you can see what you are, like at which level and what you want to be.
Right.
Yeah. So I would say like go to Silicon Valley, have a look, definitely, for sure.
Okay. And what's your take on competitions? Again, something that's shaped your company right from scratch, right?
Start weekend.
Competitions, startup weekends,
Okay.
pitch competitions, things like that.
It's sad. I see too many startups like focusing on doing so many competition and applying different things, but every paper takes you like a day or half day. Why don't you just focus on the product? In generally, of course, I would say that, but of course, without Startup Weekend, there will be no AfterShip.
Sure. Right.
So if you're new and you want to meet somebody like co-founders or something, put yourself out and then just find someone. But if you have an idea, then you may not want to waste time on those competitions at the beginning. Just focus on the product and validate your idea first before joining those competitions, because you will end up writing a PowerPoint. I mean, it's okay, but I would just like try to avoid that. Trying to avoid to build a beautiful PowerPoint that have nothing to back you, no traction to back you up, and then present to investor and try to impress them. Yeah, let them approach you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Right. So, are there any questions? It's open to the questions. Yes, please.
Yes, you said that you're not considering China at the moment. Is there a particular reason for that?
Yeah, China, there's a players doing it, and we are not ready for the, we support different carriers. So our carriers right now, we have 190, mostly is non-China. So if we want to build that, we have a stronger, we have to integrate more carriers. And in China, the big players is Taobao and Tmall. And they have really good tracking service, actually. So I would say, okay, maybe not now. Why AfterShip works in the US or Europe? Because there are many individual stores. People open their stores. They're not relying on single platform to sell. So we need that environment to come up in China. So even if we go there, we probably have to change a little bit of the business model. Yeah, because many e-commerce service in China's offers is all free.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a totally different game. Yeah, and we don't want to play it wrong. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I get this. This is very good. What's the average monthly spend with a customer?
I think it's like 40 US or 50. Like some
That's-
big, yeah.
No, that's from those 2,000 people who pay,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right now we have, sorry, my data is really bad, but right now we have like 30K US dollar revenue. Yeah. So the bigger player are paying maybe 7,000 US or 8,000 US per month, something like that.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty good
every
validation.
month, yeah.
What's the 30K per
per month.
month?
30K US, yes, 30K last month. So
Yeah.
the month before is 25 or 20. So it was good. For the past 6 months, like we actually haven't really had a proper payment system since last December.
Okay.
So from December, we started to charge,
Right.
collect the money. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
A related question on that is how do you end up charging people? Do you build them effectively? And so there's a lot of logistics on that front, right?
Yeah, we use recurring payment. So it's pay as you go, like Skype credit. You give us money first, and then every time you track a package, we deduct that money from your account. So we find that easy for development. Yeah, for developers. For us, I always design something. I will just ask if you can do that or not for the developers, and then I'll just do the design. I don't want to do the design that developers doesn't like it. Yeah. So this one is developer friendly, I would say. Yeah. So and it's logical for charging per shipment. Yeah, for us.
Right. That's why it helps the small and medium businesses, right? Because you're charging by the shipments.
Yeah.
So if I don't have as many shipments for 1 month, I don't get charged too much,
Yeah.
and I didn't mind that.
Yeah. Cool.
So I was just wondering, since you guys are based out of Hong Kong, but you said that most of the business that you're targeting would be based in the US. Now, for something like this, which seems to be such a great idea for somebody who has, probably multiple trackers, and then how to actually put that into their website, what stops some company in the US from actually starting the same model? Would you have some patent in place, or would you be applying for any patent which kind of stops that?
Got it. Oh, we don't apply patent. It's not really patent. For me, patent is cool, but we're trying to play one thing is like we offer a very cheap price. Nobody wants to get in. And we're just happy to gain enough revenue that cover the business, which is growing. But instead, like you asked whether the company would do it as well, the company may do some integration with different carriers by themselves. Some already does. If you are just using DHL or just using FedEx, you may not want to use AfterShip. Just be honest.
No. What I mean is that why would not some people in the US
Copy
start
that.
something which is
Yeah,
similar?
copy.
If you have, was it not to be patented technology, then what is it
Yeah.
that stops people?
It's kind of it's a business model, I would say, because the price is not that. I would love to have competitors. I really love to have a competitor just to make the whole market know about package tracking. Now it's just having there's other package tracking app doing similar thing, but they're tracking like individuals,
Yeah,
B2C.
exactly.
Yeah. AfterShip is really focusing on B2B package tracking and large volumes and the scalability. Okay, the scalability is one thing that many those apps can do. AfterShip is there's merchants like suddenly pump in millions of shipments. How do you handle that? That are good questions for many app players. Yeah, the scalability, I think it will stop some players building this. Yeah. But I'm really happy if we have other competitors like doing similar. We have, but it's just not the same level. Yeah.
And when do you sleep? Because if your customers in the US, and I guess sometimes they call up, or how do you cover that?
I just don't reply emails. I just tell them like we reply within like 12 hours.
Right.
And 12 to 24 hours. I would like to do it like within 12 hours for all the emails, but 12 to 24 hours is 24 hours is my maximum.
Do you get a lot of these emails?
Not crazy a lot. I would say maybe 40, 50 per day. So like even right now, just me handling is fine. Yeah. But just one email can be like a merchants with like Alexa ranking with like 500 or something. Just come in and then they sign up, and then just one email they become a pay merchant. Yeah. So I would say not about the email number, but the quality. Yeah. Yeah. We try to build something that individuals come to our website, they will have their question answers. Those who emails us are really real merchants. Yeah. That's what we try to do.
But do you get a lot of customer support emails also, like in terms of service support, right?
Yeah, they will ask when my package got delivered. I say, well, please contact the carrier right now. But in the future, I will do something. I will give them the data, right? But right now, I have to do just tell them, hey, we don't support that. You have to contact your carrier. Yeah, we do have, but we don't have a lot. Yeah, we don't have crazily a lot.
Have you made any changes to your product basis maybe one of our service requests?
Yeah. So before,
for example, if you can give us
yeah,
one.
At the beginning, AfterShip focused on B2B and B2C, both, and it was not a good idea. And then after like 3 months, we stopped the B2C product. We just cut it and focus on B2B and make everyone happier, make my life easier. When I do the design, I don't need to think about individuals coming to the website to track. Yeah, it's just totally different experience. For merchants, they talk about like thousands, millions of shipments. You have to give them the dashboard and all these things. Individuals, they don't have thousands of shipments. So we just cut that product upfront. Yeah, at the beginning, like 2012, early 2012. But recently, we launched an iPhone app targeting individuals.
Oh.
And we launched a track button on the website that allows the customer input the tracking number and then get the tracking results. So we actually launched that. It helped us to drive many merchants indirectly.
Right.
Yeah. So that focusing on B, but now we're switching back to B2C to B, kind of. Yeah.
So you're hoping to get indirect leads to merchants, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we want to be an open platform that any merchants or individuals want to track packages, you think about AfterShip. This is a standard for package tracking. Yeah. If you have an online store, you think about tracking, AfterShip. It's free for tracking. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
You also spoke about how that first conference you went to, where you met your partner. Now, I mean, what were some of the important things which you think one should keep in mind when one is trying to figure out, how to find the right partner for your project? Because I can imagine that would be one partnership which could turn out to be very expensive if it wasn't right.
Yeah. For you mentioned about the investor, is it?
No, founder. She's talking about how do you find the right founder for
The
your
right founder.
Oh,
for your
that's
startup,
tough.
for your idea?
Okay, we have like 3 founders at the beginning. We one left. One reason he left, he focused on the study. Yeah.
He focused
On the study. So he's a great guy, but there are many reasons for a person to drop out. Or I would say, like, how do you make friends? How do you find your best friend? It's kind of like that feeling. So you will know it over time. Maybe not the first dates or second dates, maybe a week or something. But you need to make sure you have some protection on yourself, like fasting on shares. Like if you don't work for a year, you don't get any shares or something like that. And that's one thing. The second thing is about the skill set. For me, I try not to have the skill set overlapping. So for me and Teddy, it's opposite. Like he's technical, I'm not technical. He has like do lots of businesses successfully. I don't have any businesses successfully, but I can focus on details, execution. Yeah. For me, it's a very good match. I try to avoid someone who is too similar. And of course, I always want to have my business partner smarter than me. Yeah, of course. Otherwise, I don't need him. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah. So now we even hiring, we try to hire smarter people. People come to interview, they're looking forward to learn but we are looking forward to learn from the candidates actually. So yeah, look for smarter people and maybe a little bit different from who you are and willing to challenge you, and you are willing to accept that challenge. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So always look for complementary puzzle pieces.
Yeah, for me.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions?
What's been your most enjoyable experience so far?
Yeah, for me, it's about the design. I don't know if you guys are building a product, having a startup or something. You may want to come up with design and an iPhone app or Android app. It's just the design. I didn't do design at all. So I pick up design by myself. So the whole website and then the whole dashboard and everything. But I just learned that doing the design is not that difficult nowadays. So look at the templates out there and try to do mix and match instead of doing from scratch. Yeah, it helps a lot. And the most important thing is about the experience, not well, if there is a ranking like user interface and user experience, I would say user experience. So for the interface, just outsource to those themes and then just get the themes and then just do the mix and match and then provide a better experience. Yeah, for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So geographically, like where is actually your target market, like which countries you're targeting, and how actually you expand your market?
So well, here it says like mostly is in United States. Actually, the paid customers, most merchants are 60% in the US, and then the rest are like India, Latin America, and Europe. Yeah. In Asia, we got a bit, but not a lot. Yeah, actually. But we see different countries popping up, like Japan. I actually didn't know, but because I didn't receive lots of customers' emails from Japan. But there are random countries. Yeah, actually anything but China. Yeah.
But do you do any localization for those countries?
No, we will try to. Yeah, I need to for. Actually, we have the iPhone app. Once we do the localization for the iPhone app for a different market, and the download rate is like increased by 5 times or 10 times. Yeah. So same for web. We're going to do it, but it's not that direct. Yeah. So we have to do something because when you track a package, you want to get multiple languages. So right now we offer something, but in the future it will be easier. Do you want me to show you a little bit how to track packages?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Sure. So this is AfterShip website. And you see this track box. Basically, is to allow a customer to input any tracking number and then get the tracking result. So you can insert this track button in your website, and then you can see the delivery updates automatically. So we detect the tracking number format, and we know that it's UPS. We go to UPS API and then get the tracking results. We tell you where is the package. We standardize unify the format, and so that we can display the date, time, and then now it's showing its alpha delivery. Many carriers have this status. It's like about to deliver. So we think that it's very important to show this, and it shows the latest status alpha delivery. Usually deliver like within a few hours. Yeah. And for customers who want to get notified, you can enter the email here. And we have something called tracking link so that people can just share it. Yeah. Share it and then just get the results directly within one click. And in the future, it will be easier, and then we support multiple languages. Well, now it's supporting multiple languages using the Google Translate to answer your question. Yeah. Yeah. So merchants can insert just now. What you see is a track button to your website, and then the customers can get the tracking results. And this helps the merchants to make the customer stays in the website. Yeah.
Right. So when you integrate this into a store's website, so how would it look up? Do you have a sample that probably could show us?
So many merchants ask the customer, hey, come back to my store and then log into your order history page and see the tracking results. Sometimes you just like the customers log into your store and then you ask them to go to DHL and track again. So it's kind of stupid. And what we do, we allow them to insert this track button to the back end, and then customer can just click and then get the tracking results.
Nice.
And it's free. So how we do the promotion, like the free traffic is because of this, right? Powered by AfterShip, and then that you get the traffic. And that's how we play with the freemium model. And merchants love it, and it's very easy. It's just 2 sets of code. And in the future, it will be even easier, just a link, and then people can get the tracking results. Yeah. But that's how we do.
So this button I can currently embed in any shopping cart, is it?
Yeah. So let me show you. People ask about how to do the marketing or partnership. So I'll show you an example for Shopify. Shopify is probably one of the, I would say, the top shopping carts in the world right now for small or new merchants. So you sort by popularity.
Are you trying to show off?
Yes, of course. And we're the top 2.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're very lucky. And there are many different apps like serving online merchants. So if you want to start an e-commerce service, you should check it out. By choosing your color, like the logo name, your logo, the color theme, try to stand out. Yeah. So for us, we're very lucky. We rank the top because of the ranking and also the reviews. Yeah. So people can just do one click installation and then track all the shipment in one place.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
How easy is it to actually integrate, say, via Shopify or another one of those platforms, in the sense that the button is standardized, I guess, right? For merchants, some of the comments I've gotten is like, oh, I want it to be a certain color and a certain size,
yeah,
all this stuff.
of course.
Do you have to basically give all this?
I would say no. Yeah. Oh, the toughest part in my business, like I have like thousands of ideas from the merchants, and I have to say no to 99% of them. That's the toughest part, and then focus on what we want to build. Yeah. The color button thing, I'll just say no at the beginning. Who knows in the future, but I want to keep my brands. Have you seen a Facebook button change, like the like button change with design? I just don't want that. I want, like the concept of try button is from the Facebook like button, basically. Yeah.
You want other questions? Otherwise, then I have a rapid fire question set.
What is rapid fire? Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question. Do you plan on going on your Series B funding anytime soon?
Not that, maybe a year or 2 year.
And if there are potential investors out there who want to invest in your company, what would be the best way for them to contact you and your company?
Just Andrew at AfterShip.com. Yeah, but I always say no for right now. We will meet, but it's not the right time. Just let us focus on the product. Yeah. For Series B, of course, who doesn't want Series B or Series C or Series E, F, G? But it's very nice, like from the newspaper or media. But it's tough to focus on the product with those series round. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, which reminds me, this is a question I assume again a lot of people might have. So now that you've moved from a seed fund stage to a Series A stage, do you see any differences happening at the back end within the working of your company? Because we've all heard about it, but we've actually never heard from a startup itself. What difference has it made to their day-to-day working by getting an investment? So.
For us, not really big changes, but it's about the mentality. We try to look at the picture bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. Sometimes we get new ideas and then we focus on what's next for AfterShip, right? This is just tracking. Tracking is just $1 million business. So it doesn't get to the big picture. It could be, I don't know. But so it just helps us to fine-tune the idea for what's next. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Right. Okay. So I have this set of 10 questions.
Sure.
It's going to be a rapid fire, so you have to quickly just say whatever answer comes to your mind.
Okay.
Right. This is the first time that we're actually going to be doing this rapid fire, so I don't know how it's going to go. If you have any feedback at the end of it, you can let us know. Right. We probably modify it for the next one. Okay. So the first question: what item do you own that you would never sell?
Myself.
That's not exactly an item that you own, right?
Oh, yeah, I own myself.
No, you don't.
Oh, you mean like my product?
Materialistic, yes.
Nothing. I can sell anything. Underwear? I don't sell underwear. Okay.
Okay. What's more important, strength, speed, or stamina?
Stamina.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men's needs that.
What historical figure do you most admire? What startup figure do you most admire?
Startup?
Yeah.
I would say a company, I like Dropbox a lot. We love Dropbox a
Right.
lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best compliment that you received for AfterShip, for yourself? I don't know.
Oh, customer saying, hey, your service really help them solve the problem. Solve the problem. These words really touch me. Like solve the problem. Just simple, but really just solve the problem, and then they mean it. Yeah.
Okay.
And just means a lot. Yeah.
Right. So what's the best compliment that you've given to another startup ever? Maybe you were using a product that another startup had and you'd given some compliment to them.
Oh, for example, Dropbox.
For example, Dropbox.
I would say, well, you're great. I pay. Yeah. I think payment is really great compliment. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Payment is the best compliment that you
Okay.
believe in the service and you use it for startup.
All right. Who do you think does a good job?
For
Who do you think does a good job in a startup? Like, what sort of a person will be the best fit for a startup?
oh, the person who doesn't go for a big stream, like mainstream. Sorry,
Okay.
mainstream.
Mainstream.
Imagine you're walking in MTR. You're not the person that following the MTR crowd that walk like this. First, you have that mentality.
Right.
But with that mentality, you have to accept the reality. You can't just, I don't want to walk like a crowd and you push people away. You can't. You have to accept the reality and find the piece of that and then do something that can help others. You need to be different, first thing, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of your startup journey?
My
Favorite part
Favorite
of
part.
your startup journey ever since 2011?
I would say getting the first big customers. I remember with Groupon, I went to India, Pune, to meet them last 2 years ago, a year and a half ago,
Right.
and I didn't sign up because of pricing and then we are not matured. And now they become the users, and then we have been really close. They have been a very good customers for us. Yeah,
Okay.
and that really means a lot. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. When was the last time that you tried something new at your startup?
New as in the coding part.
Anything.
Yeah, coding. Yeah.
Coding?
Yeah, coding. I need to insert this trap button to the different website, right?
Okay.
I need to really understand HTML and then CSS a little bit, and I don't want to ask questions if I can to the developers.
Okay.
I would love to be
Self-sufficient.
self-sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
would you say then that for somebody who's starting an e-commerce venture, would be helpful to have that basic knowledge of your HTML and your CSS and stuff like that?
A little bit, not a lot. Don't get too much. Yeah, you need a little bit, but just don't get too deep. If you're really new, I try to persuade people not to build a customized website, customized shopping cart, all that thing. Yeah, try to use the minimal time to get your product out. Yeah, the key thing, I see many successful e-commerce business is not about the website. It's about the product, it's about the way they sell. They even don't have a website. They don't even have a payment gateway. They do bank transfer. Yeah, so it's not about the HTML, I would say, for e-commerce. Yeah.
Okay. If you were not doing AfterShip, what would you be doing right now?
Oh, traveling the world. Yes.
That's a good answer. Okay.
Forever, maybe.
Tracking packages around the world.
No. Well, now it's kind of like try to combine the two, maybe visiting clients and then see how they do logistics. And yeah. Now we have clients like all over the world, so I have reasons to do that.
Right.
And the company will pay for it.
Okay. Good. What's the one thing that you like about Teddy and the one thing that you don't like about Teddy?
Oh, Teddy is really good on building business. So he has been building successful business since 18 years old. So he's like unusual Hong Kong person.
Right.
And I don't like him in the way that he's very stubborn in some way, but actually he's very good mentality as well.
Right.
So he's kind of like love and hate. Like sometimes you talk to him, he's like, he's like, okay, I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. And on the design part, I just don't talk to him too much. He doesn't have the design sense. Yeah.
Okay. And last question, what's the one thing that you like about AfterShip and what's the one thing that you don't like about AfterShip?
AfterShip, I think it's just come from For me, it's still a surprise. From the name of the company, from how we got the Series A, and everything is very natural. And yeah, I like the name quite a lot. After shipping. We have been thinking about the name so badly. I think a good startup really need a good name.
Right.
And AfterShip is cool. I like it. Yeah. And one thing I don't like about AfterShip, we just don't have enough developers. So we need that. Yeah, that's just yeah.
Well, that's going to change in any case.
Yeah, and the vision that we want, and we need to make it fast. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Andrew. It was, I thought it was an extremely learning experience for me, and we loved having you. And
Thank
hopefully
you.
you can
Thank
come
you.
in for our next events also.
Yeah,
right?
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.